We're kicking off eXpCon Miami with a full day of commercial-focused insights.
eXp Commercial Convention.
eXp Commercial eXpCon.
eXp Con
in South Beach, Miami.
The whole day dedicated to commercial.
We'll still have the founder, Glenn Sanford, Leo Perea, our CEO, Wendy Forsyth, our Chief Marketing Officer, but we'll have a commercial focus with commercial analysts and commercial-based breakout sessions.
Very important to be in the room when events like this happen.
So if you are not going to be in South Beach, Miami in October of 2025, you're not going to get the best that commercial has to offer at eXp.
Welcome to the fastest half hour in commercial real estate. We're live on YouTube and in eXp World. So wherever you're watching, thanks for tuning in. Some housekeeping before we kick things off. There are a couple of tips and tricks to make your experience more enjoyable inside of eXp World. First of all, if the screen's way too small, just click on the screen and tap zoom in, and that'll expand it out for you. If you have any questions, please type them in the chats in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. If you're in eXp World, we're monitoring the chat in eXp World and on YouTube. If you're having problems hearing, just exit eXp World, come back in. This corrects it more often than not. If you can't get the sound there, just hit us up on eXp Commercial on YouTube. Be aware that you can watch a live broadcast of this on our YouTube channel as well. After it's all over, Sarah and Bailey will post it. So here we go. We got a lot of exciting stuff, and we have some stuff we're going to hold back. We are approaching quickly eXp Commercial Con, eXp ComCon. When eXp had its very first eXp Con in September 17th of 2014, there were just under 100 agents. That was eXp Realty, 5 years old, 5 years into it, 2014. With an agent count somewhere in the 400s, that is an amazing turnout. It's almost 25%, far exceeding the 10% attendance that most real estate companies look for when they're planning an event or a real estate convention. eXp was in 31 states in 2014, including Alberta, Canada. eXp stock traded on the over-the-counter market operated by OTC market groups. They were an over-the-counter market, but they were traded. Now, eXp Realty was 5 years old, exciting, new, poised for record-breaking growth and a revolutionary real estate model. So, most of the larger legacy brands wrote off eXp as a discount brokerage, limited upside potential. This virtual thing's never going to work. Well, guess what? This is eXp Commercial's fifth full year in operation. We have over 700 active advisors. We're in all 50 states. We're traded on the NASDAQ stock exchange under the EXPI symbol, and we're about to have our first convention. So far, stand by. So far, we have over 600 people that have checked the box for eXp Commercial Convention. That's 600 agents and advisors have selected eXp ComCon on their registrations. This is an obvious do not miss event. eXp for eXp commercial and anyone doing commercial real estate, especially your guests. Remember, all events are attraction events. If you've not signed up, do it right now. Bailey and Sarah have put the expcon.expcommercial.com up there. Go there, sign up. I will see you in South Beach. If you've not signed up, there's never been an eXp commercial event with this many of our network and our advisors in one place. This will be the preeminent place in eXp to establish nationwide networks. But wait, as John Laterna would say, but wait, there's more. We will have some exclusive announcements from leadership during the main session at eXp ComCon. We will definitely have some exclusive keynote speakers and presenters, and it will only be for commercial real estate advisors. Not one mention of how to stage a home, not one breakout on iBuyers or instant cash offers, just commercial topics that will empower and educate you on how to obtain more commercial business or business broker deals. And then closing the day, eXp Commercial Convention will roll straight into the opening bash. So we get a party at the end of our commercial convention. We'll go over how to register later in the show, but do not miss this. So next we had eXp Attraction Lab. That was the first foray into building your agent attraction or revenue share business. We finished up with the 12-part series on the agent attraction. From this point on, you can view the courses in our LMS, which is a learning management system. And I think you've got it. Yeah, you've got the QR code right there. Fast Attract is what you want to sign up for moving forward. Fast Attract is developed by eXp University, but it's really developed by the top influencers in the company. It's how they built their systems. Fast Attract's systematic approach to business building. It's a workshop. It's offered through the university to anybody at eXp. It's taught by the top attractors and influencers. So sign up for Fast Attract. It has some amazing results. You know, my friend Rob, he just wanted to add, when he started eXp 10 years ago or something, he just wanted to add 2 people a month for about 3 years to get to $100,000. He's making millions of dollars now a year. And he really never strayed from just the 2 people a month. So where will eXp staff be next? Where in the world are we going to be? Well, Lindy's going to be in Austin at the Crew event. If you don't know what that is, it is Commercial Real Estate Women. It is one of the largest women's network in commercial real estate. eXp is supporting the Commercial Real Estate Conference in Austin, Texas. It will be on October 8th through the 10th. So if you're part of the Crew Network or you want to get involved with the Crew Network, don't miss this event. Be sure to contact me or Lindy or anybody in the commercial department if you want to know more, but it's at the Fairmount in Austin. It's going to be awesome. So eXp will also be heading to Louisville, Kentucky, or Louisville, how they say it there. So we have eXp Commercial heading to the SIOR Fall Conference in Louisville. We will also have a booth there. So if you want to set up any meetings with people, we will have a table. We will have a booth for eXp Commercial immediately after eXp Con. So you've got let me look at my calendar. You got a week after eXp Con before you're off to Louisville, Kentucky. But if you're in SIOR or you're in commercial real estate, that's where you want to be. Some of our top advisors have already said that they will be there, and I will be there, and Lindy will be there, and a lot of eXp is going to be at the SIOR conference. We're getting more and more involved with SIOR, CCIM, some of the top networking groups. So let's wrap this up with some fantastic celebrations. Congratulations to our top 10 advisors for the month of August. Your performance not only elevates your business, but it continues to raise the bar across eXp and our industry. Want to give a special shout out to Dylan Gillazon, Paul Frank, John Bias, We got Henry Eisenstein on there. We got Robert Creamer. We got Katie Ortiz. We have, oh my gosh, I can't even read it. It's too small. These are our top advisors. These people are standing out. Be sure to congratulate them online. This will all be posted in social media. The September numbers will be coming out and released after eXpCon. But reach out to all these people. Personal congratulations. You want to build a relationship and a network and a referral business with these people. They're closing dozens and dozens of high-end deals. So September's icon, he wasn't only the top agent at eXp last month. Dylan Gillazon also hit icon. He will not be paying any split to eXp. They will be awarding him a $20,000 stock award, along with Calvin Wong from Engvest in Dallas. We got Earl Kemper, another Dallas native and a business broker. And we also have Michael Fredrickson, all four of them icon in the month of August, or in the month of September. Reach out to them, give them a big shout out. Congratulations. Say, can I have some of that $20,000 stock? So congratulations to these guys. Net, we got so many new advisors. I would really like to reach out to each and every one of them, and I will. But we've had 35 people join eXp in the month of September. So there's a lot of names on here, and it's so small on my screen. I mean, I only get a thumbnail of it. So I'm not going to read each one of the names. So we had 28 new advisors join, and then we had some people migrate from Realty. Reach out to these people. They're newer in the business, but most of the people that we've attracted to eXp Commercial are producing commercial advisors. There's some new people in here. There are a lot of, I'm not going to say used people, but a lot of experience in here. So wrapping that up, I get to toss it to my partner in crime, Mr. John Letourneau.
Greetings all. Thanks for that. I need the hype walk-up music at that point, you know. Excited to see you all. Thank you for joining us for our updates. Let's talk about some operations updates. A few interesting things, and I'm going to riff on a few more. First, CoStar LoopNet audit. We are really trying to protect the quality and the sort of the sanctity of our brand as eXp Commercial. We just rebranded. We know our brand is very different than what it was even a year ago, and it's also a very different company than Realty. So if you see a listing out there and you're like, wait a minute, should that be that way? Is it right? Is it not? Even if you have questions on it or questions on how to advertise your own listings, please reach out to us on that. We are, again, actively auditing all of CoStar and LoopNet because we have nothing else to do all day is the joke. But we're going through that to make sure that you work hard in commercial, you have your cloud brokerage fee, you're paying for that branding and that brand recognition, that uniqueness, and we want to help preserve that. So if you see anything that you think is like, hey, that's a little funky, is that right? Email us at brokeropsadmin@eXpCommercial. Screenshots are very helpful, and let us know what you're seeing out there. We're happy to help support you in that and protecting, again, the identity of the brand. Number 2, TCPA. Telephone calls, cold calls, all that have been under scrutiny for a very long time, and it's the regulation is clamping down much more. You need to be aware that this is a huge deal. There are significant fines being levied, and you're putting yourself, your business at massive risk. All of our commercial advisors have access to Dial Safe in your Okta. It's one of your tiles right there. You should scrub your list every 30 days, at least every 30 days, and be really certain you're reaching the right people the right way. Keep in mind, TCPA, the first word, telephone, is predominantly focused on calls and text messages. So there are things, be more active on socials. Maybe you could reach people that way better, or in persons, walk around, shoe leather it a bit, go to a retail center and stop into the 5 tenants and go, hey, how's your tenancy going? When does your lease roll? Totally fine there. However, TCPA is a significant thing. There's a whole TCPA toolkit as well we have on how to make sure that you're compliant. Be really aware of TCPA. Now, let's move on to a couple other things. Sean mentioned eXp ComCon, Commercial Con. So this month, we're not having our normal product specialty group online meetings. We're going to host all that kind of content at ComCon. So if you come to ComCon, get a product group. They'll be on Tuesday in the commercial lounge. We'll get a schedule posted up for you. And our lounge is going to be kind of a cool hang place. Stop in, visit, network, but don't just randomly be a stick in a river. So here's the other thing, right? We're there on Sunday. We get there Sunday night. Monday, we have our big commercial day with 1,800 people, and it's fabulous. And we're excited to have that. If you go, well, I'm going to come in Sunday, I'll do my thing. Monday, I'm just flying out, I'm done. I think that's a classic mistake. What I would recommend you do is extend your trip to Monday and Tuesday and look at the top 20, 50 people on the realty side in your state and target them and say, hey, I'd like to have a cup of coffee and discuss how I can be your commercial resource, your referral resource. Go backwards if you have time, go backwards through CoStar. Use our data partner CoStar and say, hey, where are the transactions, where are the buyers coming from that come into my state who buy whatever you specialize in, multifamily, office, industrial. Doesn't matter what it is. Dig in, look at where the transactions are coming from and say, wow, geez, a whole bunch of people are coming from California buying in Arizona. Well, then I'm calling the top 20, 50 in California and saying, hey, look, a lot of your clients are buying of high net worth investors are buying in Arizona. Let me be your Arizona resource for you. You have to go sort of one step beyond the, like, I'm going to wander around and see who I meet. I believe fully in serendipity and happenstance, but that kind of guesswork is not a proven strategy for networking, and networking works at a high level as long as you engage it that way. So go there with a focus on, I'm going there to upskill on Monday. That's all commercial playing in commercials playground. And that's awesome. Like Sean said, we're not talking about feng shui and staging houses, and that's not our specialty for this. Nothing wrong with those. They just are not the focus of our Monday. But Tuesday, Wednesday, absolutely be there, network at an incredibly high level and have a targeted list, find the people, have coffee with them, get their contact info, and just continue to network and make them part of your CRM and your follow-up, because they're clients just as much as the people on the street are. And what's even better about them is this. If I sell someone a building and a warehouse, they have maybe a 5-year mortgage on there. I know it's probably about 5 years before they decide, what are we going to do with the building? Because then they're going to face a debt reset, right? When you talk to, and that's your one tenant or one client, right? I network with a high performing residential agent. They have 500, 1,000 clients, 2,000 in their database. You start leveraging their one-to-many contacts, the opportunities there are massive. So go there with a focus, go there with intent, and then most importantly, the fortune is in the follow-up, which I know Sean will talk about endlessly if we give him the opportunity to do. But the fortune is always in the follow-up. Don't be the secret agent on the way in, and then don't disappear once you've fought so hard to get that contact information and to get in a relationship with those people. 83% of people who use you to buy or sell a property say that they would use your services again, and only 13% do. That 70% drop off is entirely on us really letting people fall out of our grasp and out of our database and out of our nets. Okay. So that's your little broker tip of the day, some operations things. We're having fun stuff happening. If we're the broker ops team or I can help in any way, please reach me on Slack, email, whatever you need to. Please let me know how we can help. We're here and dedicated to making this an awesome place and the best brokerage in the commercial real estate industry. So help me. If we can in any way help you, let me know what that is. Now we're going to slide forward, and I'm happy to introduce Bailey on some marketing updates. Bailey, all you.
Thanks, Sean. Man, I feel like you did the ComCon plug for me, so thank you. That was awesome. Hey, everybody. I'm going to actually start not with ComCon today. We're going to start with our Toolkit Hub. We've had a lot of questions lately, like where can I find information about Canva? Where can I find information about the brand and what logo I can use and how I can use it and all these good questions. And we just want to make sure you guys are aware of our Toolkit Hub. You can scan the QR code on the screen, and we have a toolkit for like everything you need. And basically when we say toolkit, all it is like a little website, mini website that just has links out to all the resources under that topic. So we have co-sponsor, growth and attraction, Canva, CoStar, RevShare. You can read lead protection, lead and fraud, brand, and Slack. Those are just some of them. There are more than that. And we can always create them if there's something that you guys are constantly asking about. We do try to make a point to create a toolkit for it because, again, it's just a one-stop shop little miniature website that links out to everything you need. So if you have any questions about any of these topics, I say especially growth and attraction, co-sponsor, deed fraud, all of those are super in-depth. These toolkits are going to be super helpful. So scan the QR code, bookmark that, and make sure you're using that as a resource. And then if you have further questions that are not addressed in the toolkit, reach out to our team. We can add those to the toolkit, or we can just help you out, point you in the right direction. One specifically that I, of course, want to call out is our brand toolkit. Since we did rebrand in April, we've had a lot of questions about where can I find the logo? How do I attach the logo to my my own brand logo and make sure it's compliant? What color should I be using? How should I, where can I find business cards? What templates exist? All of that good stuff in the brand toolkit. you will find all of that information. You'll find our fonts, our guidelines, how to use the logo, how not to use the logo, what colors you should use. And then a little bit about brand approvals. So you don't always have to reach out to us for approval. Sometimes you do. There's guidance on that there. You find our Canva templates, brand store link, build a sign link, and a little note from Wendy Forsyth, our CMO. So just make sure you check that out. Again, scan the QR code. Very helpful resource. And just want to make sure you guys know about it. And then finally, of course, I cannot finish the meeting without talking about CommCon a little bit more. We are going to have Glenn Sanford, Leo Perea, and Wendy Forsyth on stage. And I know you guys are used to hearing them talk about eXp at a very high level all the time, but it's not always as common to hear them speak specifically to commercial. So we're very excited that at eXp CommCon, they are going to be on stage talking to you guys specifically about commercial and about where we're headed. So make sure that you are there for that. It's going to be super insightful. And we have some really exciting announcements coming out of it. So you want to be there for that. Seth Siegler is going to be talking about AI in commercial real estate. That's going to be a great session. He's doing so much in AI right now, not just for eXp, but for the industry as a whole. So we're really excited to hear from him. Of course, you're going to have Holly, John, Sean, all of them are going to be on stage giving you updates. And then we're going to have our keynote, which you guys have heard about, Bob Knackle. We can't wait for that. We're going to have Eric Clark, Pam Jungi on stage a little bit. And then we're going to have some market insights from CoStar. So really in-depth look at where the market is headed. And we're going to be looking at all of the major product types in the US. So it's going to be like John said, like Sean said, it's really going to be commercial focused for you guys, super insightful. You're going to have a ton of takeaways. We're really excited. And this is not all of the speakers for general session. We are still adding a few secrets. We can't talk about them yet, but there are going to be huge announcements. We can't wait. If you haven't registered, it's going to be expcon.expcommercial.com. We have less than 3 weeks, so make sure you order your ticket before it's too late. On that note, I think I'm going to pass it back to Sean and let him wrap us up.
Awesome. Yeah, one of those announcements that they're going to be making as big as this country, literally. So we're going to have some huge announcements. eXp CommCons, not only a do not miss. You don't want to miss the inaugural event because, like they always say, this is as small as it's ever going to be. Now, from being able to hold this in a small hotel, from eXpCon, eXp's first convention, being able to hold it in a small hotel lobby, compared to our events teams talking about how many air walls we need to take down to fit everybody in there. This is going to be stellar, and I want you to be part of it. On top of that, I want to thank our team, especially our support team, our concierge, onboarding, growth, marketing, transactions. We are having a fantastic year in eXp commercial, and that's due to you guys. And that's due to this support team. You guys are closing more properties. You guys are closing more volume. You're doing more business, and it shows. You will see those numbers at eXpCon. If you missed part of this meeting, scan the QR code right here. Watch the replay, available immediately. Not so me. It's got to rasterize and do this upload thing, but immediately after we end this live stream, Sarah will put this on YouTube and in our LMS. And our next meeting, it's going to be a long way away. Our next meeting is Thursday, November 13th. And that's because we're coming back from eXpCon, and it goes right into SIOR. So at SIOR, I'll be there. Most of the growth team will be there. So we will see you on Thursday, November 13th for our post eXpCon meeting. And after all of those announcements, I'm sure you all will have questions. So submit your questions right now. If you have questions about any of this, I will see you at eXp CommCon on October 20th. We have some major surprises, huge announcements, and some really great stuff for you guys. And I can't tell you how I'm going to thank them right here. I want to thank Mark Schwartz, Drew Davidson, and Andy Florence from the CoStar Group. They're sending their #1 company economists to cover all of the product categories and what the outlook is coming up in commercial real estate. where to put your money and where not to put your money. So be sure to come there to see them, to see Bob Knackle, Real Estate Affiliates, and what he has to tell you about prospecting for. He's shooting for his second $1 billion transaction, single transaction. So Bob will tell you how to prospect for those giant whale transactions. And I will see you next time. Y'all have a wonderful Thursday afternoon. I look forward to seeing you again.